Congratulations, City Manager Krager.
Next up is business from City Council reports. Councilmember Buckland.
Last week I was down in Sacramento for the SACOG Government Relations and the Affairs Committee meeting. Really nothing of substance to report out of that other than we're just tracking some of the current legislation, waiting for end result of signatures by the governor, and looking at what will move forward for budgeting for SACOG. I do attend the full board meeting on Thursday, so if there's anyone in the audience or from the council that has anything for me to take to the full board, I'd be happy to do that on Thursday. But that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Mon.
Yuba Center Transit Authority meeting this Thursday afternoon. That's about it.
Okay. Councilmember Starkey.
Had the opportunity to attend the Chamber of Commerce Government Affairs Committee meeting. It's a group of local city and government interested people that talk about issues in our area, and so that's all I have to report at this point. They say everything's going well in our area, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor Dukes.
A couple items. I attended that same meeting as Councilmember Starkey, and it was interesting. The topic of discussion was Marysville and their proposed sales tax, which will be on the ballot this year. So it was interesting to listen to the different pros and cons of that, and the chamber deciding to support that measure as it comes forward in November. Also attended the Sutter Buttes Flood Control Finance Agency with the mayor, and some good news coming out of that with the cultural sites that we have been monitoring this year. The 15 cultural sites, I believe they had at that time all but 2 of them closed up, and they were moving forward with the construction on the levee in those areas, which is great news, which should help reduce the cost of carryover construction to next year. And the good news is that the estimate was approximately $17 million for the cultural impact, with all that was involved with that, with the construction impacts and so on. And it looks like we're down at this point around $11 million, and perhaps it may end up lower than that. So that's good news for us. And let's see here. I believe I started actually 2 weeks ago on the 3rd of September for an 8-week course with the FBI Citizens Academy with the FBI in Sacramento, and it's been interesting to learn about the FBI and what they do in our region. I understand I am one of the first people from our community to participate in that. There's an alumni of about 500 individuals in the Sacramento region, so looking forward to representing our community over the next 8 weeks in that program.
I also attended the Sutter Buttes Flood Control Agency meeting. One of the things, in addition to the burial sites and trying to finish those up, they're asking for an additional month to continue to work with the drier season, so they may be able to take this thing into part of November. So if they're able to do that, the more they can get done as far as the miles wise, the faster they can try to get this thing wrapped up. And the goal would be try to get this thing finished by the end of next year. So if that thing happens, that's going to be a great finished project for our community. Like I mentioned, we did have 2 of the members from the Governor Brown's office here yesterday, and their main visit was to visit with myself and talk about Yuba City and talk about some of the manufacturing processing jobs that the companies that want to start up in Yuba City. And that's been our key push, is a lot of the farmers want to start packaging, processing, and shipping their own fruits. And there's 4 or 5 of those right now. And it's interesting that the governor's office actually got some tax advantages that they're offering for farmers to do that, for business owners to do that. They're offering low interest rates for equipment, so less on the sales tax on the equipment that you can take stuff off of there. So there's a whole variety of that. And I've asked for them to come back with a group of folks, so we'll set up a breakfast or a luncheon with the groups, identified people that are actually going to be starting their own processing facility. So we've got 4 right now that are looking to do that. So that was a good visit with them. In addition to that, that's really all I've got at this point in time, except for I thought you did a dynamite job last night at the forum. And, it's interesting to see as election season rolls around. I think somebody mentioned here, I think Dr. Osren did, you have a lot of people talking about jobs, but it's interesting, after you listen to it, you filter out which is really true and which really isn't the truth. And one of the things that I'd say is, find out for yourselves. If you're not sure, ask the candidate. If you think it's still not right, ask them again, or check the facts out. And, I think Meet the Press used to do it all the time on the debates, checking facts, and you look back and, it's just interesting. So with that, meeting's adjourned.